Hi there, Keane Traders. We had a volatile day of trading today with the yen pairs and so forth, just blowing things out. Luckily for me, I was waiting for the press conference at 9:30. I've never even checked to see which way it would have gone, but we did have very volatile trading, and I mean, I definitely could have jumped in this trade and gone short at this level here because it did break the range from the morning. But to tell you the truth, I wasn't comfortable with this kind of volatility. I mean, the pair look in 1 5-minute time frame from the Euro JPY went from 126 all the way down towards 125.09. So that is a 160 pip move. I could have gone short there though and landed 50 pips, but yeah, I didn't want to do it. Volatility sometimes is too extreme for the risk reward that you can get out of trading pairs. Now, what do we have going into tonight? We have the Great Britain Pound USD. The one trade I currently have open is currently just a technical trade. You can see the pair has bounced up and is sitting right at the top of the range that used to be support between 156.30 and 150.64. I just have my stop above this 4-hour candle, 10 pips, looking hopefully for a break lower towards 155.75, then 155. Just playing a nice risk reward there. Don't really have, I guess we have the inflation report at 5:30 tomorrow. That will be the catalyst if we're still sitting right at these current levels for that pair. But let's move on now. Let's look at the Euro USD. You can see this pair. This pair had been quite dynamic recently, breaking below the key support at 134.82, going down to 133.50, and hey, we're right back where we started. So we're not getting any real movement or action in this cross at the current moment. We're just basically moving around in these fib levels from the larger move lower from the highs that I believe happened to occur last summer. So what we're going to watch for heading into tonight's trading is either a break of the 133.50 level once again, which I really doubt that's going to happen, or a break of the 50 fib at 134.82. Basically, the pair is attracted to this 134.82, and yeah, it looks like we might be able to run a trend line off that. See if that gives us anything. Right here, right now, we have a trend line right there that the pair is running into resistance at, but you know what, I'm not even going to keep that on there because I'm not too interested in that. So what we're going to do is watch the price action here at this 134.82 50 fib, see if we get a break or a hold. If we get a break, we could easily push down to 133.50, but then the real juice is a break below the break below that and towards the 132.50, 131.50 level. But if we get above that, we're back up to these steps higher, 135, 136, so forth. So keeping an eye on the 50 fib and just watching the price action at those levels. See if we get a 4-hour nice confirmation candle, and then maybe we can jump into the top side. Euro JPY. This pair tried trading it last night in the evening, and we had everything confirming. I think I went over this in the morning report. We had a 15 minute candle pointing down. We had a 5-minute candle pointing down, and we had a break of the current range, and it did not work. So it would have worked. It was just actually a poor execution, I believe, on my part, to tell you the truth. But we see today that the cross was caught up in all the volatility, obviously, but since then has regained some of the ground that it lost. And if you look at it on a larger perspective, it doesn't even seem like we had anything dramatic happen today in trading. So basically what we're going to watch heading into tonight's trading is the range, the 127, the 125 range. Get a break up to 127, we could shoot up to 127.90, which is significant highs. If we get a break of the 125, then we could be heading lower towards 123 followed by 121. So really the key, one of the keys we're going to be watching tonight is the Euro JPY, looking for a break of the 125 level. And if we get that, then we could go short, and we could see some price action, especially with a lot of traders getting knocked out today, trying to put their trades back on. So any move down towards the bottom of the range would be an indication, if we don't get traders to jump back in there, that we could have seen a bit of exhaustion in this current move. Let's see any other pairs. Well, New Zealand USD, yeah, we've talked about this before. We talked about this triangle in early trading today. In the hourly, it definitely broke out. It moved up basically about 50 pips from where it originally broke out, but now the cross looks like it's getting ready to settle down right at the 84 level. So now we're just basically right at the midpoint and actually key resistance here. So we'll watch the price action, get a break back up above 84. Actually, you need a break of this line at 84.30 84.30. You could get a push up to 84.70, but you're only going to possibly get 40 pips there before you run into significant support. So maybe I would look for right now at this point, if we get a move back up towards the 84.70 level, as an opportunity to maybe consider playing the range once again for the back down. If we get down to 83, just basically trying to play the ping pong until we get a break in this current range. The CAD has been difficult at best to trade. We have major resistance and support right here at the 99.43 level, and resistance up here at 101. The pair did not want to hold the move higher. Basically, in this cross right now, I'm not interested until we get a move up towards the top of the range, either at 101.50 or if we get a move back down towards the 99.40, and then that would give me a nice enough risk reward that I would try to jump in and try to get something happening in that cross. The Aussie USD, not much to see or do right here. You can see the pair broke down below the 102.50 level, couldn't gain traction in either direction. That's what we were looking for. I was hoping to get a break of 102.50 because then the meat was for a move down to 101.40. But this pair switched with all the yen cross action and so forth. And now I would look for a move back up to 103.50 as a possible opportunity to short, or if we get a break of this 103 level, then maybe that will give us another chance to go for new lows. We'll have to keep a look on that in tomorrow in early trading. Let's take a look at some of the yen crosses and see what we can get going in those aspects. Let's see. All right, so the yen pairs in general are just outrageous today in their trading, but that pretty much, when you have a giant move like that, it makes it very difficult to trade after that point, because then it's irrational what's going on. Basically, it's people filling orders or people closing trades, and you'll move into larger swaps than I feel comfortable trading in. If we look at the Oz JPY, it really traded very technically today. You can see it broke down from the top of the range of 97.50, and it stopped almost on cue at the 95.34, 95 price level, which was the 0.764 fib that we were talking about, how the pair has to remain above that to keep its bullish bias. Now we're up 100 pips from there, and it looks as though that the one second, looking at the wrong chart there. All right, so you can see once again that I'm sorry, I was totally wrong on that. They moved down towards the 96 level and now has bounced back up towards the 96.34. So basically at these levels, once again, I'm not interested in going long in these Aussie JPY pairs. What I'd like to see is a break of this 90. I'd like to see a break of the current range to the downside before I would be interested in getting into any of these pairs, just for a bit of a retracement. I think what we had today will be the spook that could put the take a little profit taking in the pairs. So basically, watch for any move below 95.34 is a good opportunity to see a short towards the 92.75. We can probably go right through all the majors in the same aspect. You can see the CAD JPY is the same thing. Actually that pair didn't have too much volatility today. 94.25, 91.50. I'd like to see a break in 91.50 to see a move to the downside. New Zealand JPY, same thing. We've been talking about this 0.618 fib at 76.78. I'd like to see a break of that for the downside in that pair. Now, of course, if we get a break of any of these highs in the zones, we can definitely be back on for another move higher in these pairs. And the Aussie JPY, the same thing. We need a break of the 95.34 level before we can see some consolidation. As you can tell, I hadn't checked these pairs all day. I did not want to get sucked up into trading any of the yen pairs after the volatility we had. Anyway, so heading into tonight's trading, the things we're going to be watching the most, I'm going to be watching the most, is the Euro JPY and that 25 level, and see if we can see what kind of price action we get off around that level. And I'm going to be watching the New Zealand USD, see what it does around the 84 level after today's break of the triangle. And the Euro USD, we're going to have to keep an eye on if it gets up towards that 135 zone. And more importantly, the trade I'm watching the most, because that's the trade I'm in, is this Great Britain pound around the 0.382 fib at 156.61. All right, everybody, good luck trading. Keep your trades keen and play it safe.